Yeah, so first things first, in order to become an owner operator, you need to buy a truck. Based on my experience, that's what I suggest. Volvo or Scania. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, last day of the week. I'm just trying to heat up my food. This is a portable electric whatever container. So just plug it in to the cigarette charger in my truck and plug it in, and half an hour later my food is all heated up and ready to eat. Yeah, due to the length of this rig, we don't get to pull up at any servo or just anywhere, any random places to get some food. So the ideal thing will be to just bring something from home, and with that being said, the issue is how to heat it up, and with this portable container I can just plug it into the cigarette charger. Yeah, today I tried to make a bit of change. Always wearing my high-vis t-shirt, so today I tried to wear another t-shirt, but I'm just using this high-vis vest when I get out of my truck. Got some empties here in southeastern suburbs depot, so I need to announce them to the base. Copy base, got empties in dandy. 240s, OILU 8530909. Thought I'm gonna talk about the other previous video I had earlier about how to become an owner operator or subcontractor here in Australia. I will link that video up here somewhere. I think it's going to be on the left corner, so you can watch that one as well. But in this video I'm going to just somehow supplement all the explanations that I provided in that video. As I need to somehow close my blind. As I said in the previous video, you know, as truck driver, most of us either have the passion as well as the desire to somehow, you know, progress in our career as a truck driver, so we can have a better income to raise our family or whatever other needs we're gonna use our income for. So that's why, but I believe majority of us have, you know, the passion for trucks is a major drive to push us ahead to buy a truck and become a subcontractor. So since you decide to buy a truck, you need to consider a lot of aspects in order to make it a success. Because you don't want to just end up making a big financial mess, so you have to sacrifice the next like 6, 7 or maybe 10 years to clear it up. So when you are deciding to buy a truck, the first things first to become a subcontractor is to buy a truck, and ideally you would want to buy a like a decent truck that you don't have to spend most of your time and budget taking it to the mechanics to fix it here and there. So in that because of that reason, you need to buy a truck with decent age. Ideally, this is my opinion. You might have a different opinion, because some people, they're just happy to wear their uniform and get dirty and do all the repairs and things like that, but that's not my type. But my opinion is you need to buy something ideally around 5 years old, with probably around half a million or 600,000 Ks on the clock, still okay. But that still depends on the brand, your favorite brand, or the brand you are going to commit to purchase. In my point of view, I prefer Volvo. After Volvo, Scania. Other trucks, I just can't be bothered even thinking about them. That doesn't mean they are not good brands or anything, but that's just my personal preference based on what I've witnessed in this industry in my whole career as a truck driver, which is about like 7-8 years. So after you figured out what truck to buy, the next step to worry about is how to fund that truck, how to pay for it. Most of us in this country, trucks are pretty expensive, so I assume at least 95% of people will not be able to buy it outright and pay it all in cash. Some majority of people use finance, and to finance a truck, which is a commercial loan, they will at least require you to pay 20% deposit. So let's say if you buy a truck for 150,000, which is just the dream in today's market, because they took advantage of this pandemic, and they all increased their prices. Not only they increase the prices, there's a big waiting time as well. So if you commit to purchase today, the minimum waiting time will be 12 months. So yeah, that's one thing you need to consider. You need to somehow work it out to get away with those higher payments, because you know, obviously everyone would love to buy a brand new truck or a late model truck, but the thing is, you're gonna end up with big repayments later on, and that will have. So first things first, in order to become an owner operator, you need to buy a truck. Now ideally, this is my opinion, you might have a different opinion, and that's totally up to you. You need to buy a truck, and based on my experience and expertise, I would go for something around 5 years old and about 500,000 or 600 or maximum 700,000 Ks on the clock, no more than that. But that still depends on which brand you are going for. And you know, still depends on your personal preference. In my case, I would go for Volvo as my number one choice. If Volvo is not possible, I would go for Scania. This is based on my experience as a truck driver for the past, I don't know, 7-8 years in Australia, because it matters how the dealership provides customer service, how they can get in and out for any potential repairs or service. So based on my experience, that's what I suggest, Volvo or Scania. I wouldn't suggest Mercedes, because I believe you wouldn't get good customer service. And once you worked out which brand and which year or model you want to go for to suit your need, the job you are supposed to do, then you need to think about finances. Thinking about finances, you want to make sure you can get away with lower repayments, because if you, obviously we all love to buy a brand new truck or at least a late model one, but the problem is if you go for that, the finances are repayments are gonna be quite high, so that will take out a big chunk of your income. And another important tip I need to mention here is that you need to find the job before committing to buy your truck. Have your research, find your truck, get your finances approved, but don't finalize until you finalize your work with the good reputable company. Once you secured the work and you got the good to go and thumbs up, then you can go ahead and finalize your truck deal and get your hands on your truck, so you can start working right away and start earning. But the problem is, in today's industry, There's a lot of cost involved when you become a subcontractor. As I explained, you find your truck, you find the right finances, then there you go. Once you started to work, first and foremost cost is the truck repayment. Then you got a big cost for insurance, and all those companies you're gonna work for, they're gonna ask you to have an insurance policy to actually cover the load and the trailer as well. They are being smart enough to throw everything on you. So in case of any accident, incident, whatever happens, you are the one paying for everything on your insurance policy. Then you got a cost of fuel, cost of AdBlue. AdBlue used to be like about $1, but now has increased to $1.50, I think. I'm not sure about the latest price. So these are all costs that you need to consider. I explained everything in the previous video, so you can check out that video, which I said I will link for that video in the description of this video, and I will put it up there somewhere as well. Alrighty, I arrived in this empty yard here. Yep, I arrived in this empty yard, so I'm gonna lift off my empties and see what lies ahead for me next. I'm gonna take this out. My food is already warmed up, ready to eat, so I'm gonna pull over after I lift off and enjoy my rest break and have my lunch. Yeah, normally I eat my lunch around this time, 9-10 o'clock. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's 20 to 10. Yeah, and that's it, and I don't get anything to eat until I go home. So yeah, heading to the other depot to pick up a full export and head back to the terminal. Yeah, so as I explained before, after working out the finances and that quick tip about finding your work before committing and finalizing your truck purchase, that's pretty vital. Another big cost of running your own truck is tolls, because here we've got a big network of toll roads in Melbourne. Not a big network, but we've got like two main freeways that are toll roads, and majority of the time as a truck driver you get to jump on those toll roads in order to make your deliveries. So normally most companies split the tolls 50-50, so 50 on the owner operator and 50 on the company, but that's still gonna be a big cost of running your truck. So if you can find a company that can wear all the cost of tolls, that will be a big privilege for you. So now I'm heading to the other yard to pick up the exports, and I will continue this video in that yard. Alright people, got loaded and I'm heading the terminal, so let's carry on with our video. I explained about how to choose your truck carefully, how to finance it, then we started talking about the major costs, one of them and first of them being your truck repayment, and then you got your fuel costs, your AdBlue costs, and then you got the cost of your insurance policy, and then the other thing is just having to save for any potential repairs or your regular service. So these are all costs involved, and in my case, after all these major costs, I was getting away with $3 a month, which is just less than the wages of a HR driver. So that's why I just gave up on that one. And then let's just talk about some of your comments posted on my previous videos. Some of you have asked about tippers industry and their pay rate and kind of things like that. I started my career in trucking, in tipper work, and I was driving a tandem. And in tipper work, they mainly pay you by the loads. It's a load rate. But sometimes when you work on site, whether it be on just the tandem or truck and dog, they pay you on a hourly rate. So for tandem, I heard they pay about like $70 or $75 sort of thing. But for truck and dog, I think that the pay is about $90 or $100. But from, you know, based on what I heard from people already working in the industry, I heard a truck and dog rig can earn up to about $1,200 a day. And the good thing about the tipper industry is that the maximum working hours is about like 8 hours, not unless if you work for a quarry company or something like that. But other general jobs, working for landfill or other fleet hire companies, the maximum is 8 hours, which is really good. Starting at about 7 or 8, you'll be back home by 4 o'clock. So that's what I love about it, and it's actually something I've got in my bucket list. I am planning to have my own truck and dog, or even I'm planning to have a tandem to get started, and then later on I can save up and buy my own dog trailer. Alrighty people, we finally got the clearance, got out of the terminal. So yeah, as I said, it's on my bucket list to have my own truck and dog, but let's see how we go. I don't want to go through a heavy finance repayments. I just want to take positive steps in my life to just, you know, kind of make my life easier, not to just make it harder. And a quick update, I finally, as you can see, got my own 540 FH globe rotor back, which was out of order due to a air conditioning fault. I had to drive another Volvo FH, not a globe rotor though, for a few weeks, quite a few weeks, but finally I got it back. And yeah, this is about it. We start at 6, we finish about 6, about 12 hours. But as I said, nowadays there's not that much of work. We will be more than happy if we get like 8 hours a day. So I got so many warnings coming up on my dash. I don't know what they're for, but it's mainly associated with my ABS plug, which I will try to look into it when I can. Of government projects at the moment going on as part of the big build plan for Victoria. Lots of bridges. The main they're building another tunnel under the existing tunnel to just go past the CBD to the other side. So there's a lot going on at the moment. So meaning there's a lot of potentials for tipper work. As you can see, I'm dropping off my empties, and with that being said, I think my day today has come to an end. Not bad, pretty smooth day. It's about 2 p.m. and they already call it a day, so I lift off and head to my home base to park up. It's pretty hard to drop off here because you line up with the little gap to lift off your A trailer box, and once you're done you need to go forward and lift off your B trailer box or boxes. And call it a day, and that's it for the whole week. Today's Friday, last day of the week. They did offer me work for tomorrow, but I've got things to do. Just preparing to fly overseas, as I said in the previous video. I'm gonna go on holiday, and yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you again for tuning in. I tried my best for this video again. Another point I just wanted to make here is you might have noticed that I've got a strong face in my videos, not laughing, smiling, or cracking a joke as much. The thing is, I haven't got used to this video making yet, and there's a lot of aspects to it, and every time I make videos I tend to pay attention to one and forget about the rest. So gradually I'm hoping to get over this and get used to it and start improving in all aspects. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you like this type of content, and give my video a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below if you have a question or suggestion, and see you in the next videos.